Hey guys, it's Erica Young here. Excuse the look, I just got out of the shower and it's actually a warm day here in Hamburg, so trying to stay cool because they don't really have stuff like air conditioning. I get a lot of emails and messages and have a lot of students that ask me some in-depth questions that a lot of times it takes me a lot of time to write back, and sometimes it's easier, honestly, just to talk it out. So I'm gonna do these videos like once a week or however it tends to grow and pick from these questions that hit on hot topics or that I tend to see a lot from you guys and see if I can explain it to you from my perspective and share it. Because I think a lot of people have similar questions, and it's really good to get conversations started and flowing with different perspectives in our community. So make sure that you find me on Instagram or Facebook or email me and send me your questions so that we can kind of keep going with this, and make sure you comment below after the video so that we all can kind of see how everybody feels and thinks and maybe learn some great new ideas from one another. So this video, let's get rocking and rolling. It's about why I don't practice manifestation, or I don't manifest, right? And I should clarify, I don't practice it all the time. It's something that I don't teach, really. It's not something that I fully encourage, but it's also something that I don't necessarily think is bad. I do have a specific viewpoint based on my own personal experiences. So, manifestation, the way I understand it, or the way I perceive it, because it's such a hot word in the spiritual realm, like the self-help stuff, it's really popular now for the last few years, and it's something that's readily encouraged. Manifestation to me is in line with the Vedas and what is in the Vedas. So long story short, the Vedas are 4 texts, and they teach you how to do ritualistic things to praise demigods. Demigods being people like Lord Ganesha, Hanuman, you even see Lakshmi in there for money, right? So Ganesha is like the remover of obstacles, Lakshmi will bless you with money, right? And you see people celebrating these deities all over. And the idea is if we make them happy, they give us something, right? I see the same thing with manifestation. If I make the universe happy, if I do these ritualistic things, I get something in return. Now, personally, the practice that I have always inherently had within myself is to serve, right? And so when we show up for service, we are not the center, right? The higher good, the higher purpose is the center, and we're merely the facilitators and the people that bring it into fruition and do the work. So rather than manifesting, the practices that I teach or that I embody in self and work to strive and get stronger in is intention setting, right? Because we have to know the direction that we're going in. Visualization, because seeing it is super, super important to even build the pathways that this is a possibility, and straight up doing the work, right? Like you got to get your ass out there and you got to do the stuff to make it happen, like action. These things and these practices, in my personal opinion, keeps you away from being the center as well as being too attached to the outcome. The danger that I see with manifestation is that you're looking for a certain outcome. You're doing things to achieve a certain outcome for self, typically, right? And if it happens, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do less of it, or are you gonna do more of it? Odds are you're gonna do more of it, and you're gonna keep doing these things to keep getting what you want, right? And there's 2 dangers that I see in that. A, you're gonna fall into the pitfall of making yourself center, which then you lose the purpose of showing up in service or a higher good, whatever resonates with you. And then B, when you're so attached to an outcome, you actually close the door of the universe being able to give you possibilities and forms that you could have not thought of yourself. And if you have practiced the art of surrender, which should actually be like the 4th cornerstone that I really practice, you know more than anything that the best things tend to happen when you surrender and let go. But you got to do all that other stuff, set your intentions, do the work. You know, you get the idea, right? Like you have to put it into action, but then you also have to be non-attached to the outcome. And in the same respect, right, if we are trying to end suffering, suffering comes from expectations and attachments to things. So if we are expecting something or we want it to happen a certain way and it doesn't, we're actually just getting disappointed and let down, and we're increasing our suffering. So these are the reasons personally why I don't practice manifestation. It's something I might do once in a blue moon, but I'm not really attached to the outcome. So I don't know if that's true manifestation or not. And I encourage you guys, if you do practice manifestation, definitely comment below. Like, let me know what your thoughts are. See how you feel about that. And let's talk about this. How do you feel? Do you think manifestation is a practice that creates your center as self? Or do you think it's a great tool to have? How do you feel about intention setting, visualization, and straight up doing the work, as well as surrender? And what works for you guys? Comment below, like the video, because that's what helps make more and more of these, and keep sending your guys' questions in. And I'll look forward to continuing this conversation. Stay cool.